Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good to see you. Wonderful to have you here. I was blessed with some words of Torah that came to me via where else these days, via my own computer in my inbox. But Rabbi David Wolpe from Sinai Temple in Los Angeles had some beautiful words that, and I always feel like some of the most poignant Torah that I can learn these days are the things that I might have been familiar with that come back to me with new power because of the time that we're living in. He said, it's so easy for us to overlook Psalm 23. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death. Yea, though I walk through the valley of deepest darkness, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Remember those words? But he says, what's the most important word in that entire phrase? The word walk. Yea, though I walk through that valley. I'm in that valley, but I will walk and then I will ascend, even if it is a steep climb. I'm walking. I'm walking and you are with me. Thou art with me, my rock and my redeemer. You remember how it says that. You are my rod and my staff, and you're going to help me walk up out of that valley. I feel like we need reminding of that this week, friends. I need to remind myself of that this week. There are some moments of feeling plunged into this valley of deep darkness and fear. And I want to just invite you to continue walking. But not only that, we can't walk with the kind of vigor that we need because we don't know exactly how steep this mountain is or how great that divide between here and there is. So we have to really kind of measure our steps. You know, we're in the period of the Emor, this period between Passover and Shavuot, when we were redeemed through the crossing of that great sea and released from the bondage we were in, and we started walking. We started walking toward that mountain that we couldn't see how far off it was. Turns out it felt a long time. And then we got there and we were ready to receive. And so this is, you know, the walking, whenever you do a walking meditation or you go on a walk in your neighborhood, and even when you're pacing around your living room, you're sort of like preparing yourself. You know, you think of those expectant parents pacing the floor, right? Waiting, when's that birth gonna come? And this is where we are. We know it's gonna come. We know there will be a good hour when that comes. And so in the meantime, we have to look around this room, this beautiful Zoom room that we're in for Shabbat. And we have to say, will you take my hand, please? I need you to help me walk up out of this valley. Tell me to keep on walking. I will go with you if you will keep on holding on to me. So let's do that tonight. And let's begin, you know, give your hugs and kisses all around the room. If you're with people, make sure that you maybe have some some Shabbat love to share with them. Maybe we weren't at our best this week, so we can say, you know what, can we let that all go? I know it's hard to share the house. And if you're not sharing the house with anybody, turn to your friends on the screen and say, I'm really happy to see you. Really happy to see that friendly face. Use that chat box tonight, friends. Communicate with each other, either individually or as a group. We need each other. Let's light our Shabbat candles and join with the Cantor. Gratitude for all that is. And don't wait for me, because I think these matches have something against me these last few weeks. And we'll light our Shabbat candles with our blessing together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom. Will you join the Cantor as she sings Lecha Dodi and greet Shabbat?
Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor ve'zachor b'dibur echad hishmianu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad leshem u'tiferet ve'litila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki hi mekor haberacha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hit'oreri ki ba'orech kumi ori uri shir daberi kavod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. We rise. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'sola toch emunei am segula. Boi chala boi chala דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לך דודי לך דודי לך
Everyone can have a seat, and we'll turn to this blessing that precedes the Shema, where we talk about the mitzvot, how day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life and the length of our days. Then your love shall never depart from our hearts. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vahed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Let's all read this together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. There's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Friends, I was very heartened this week after what ended up last Shabbat being a very unwelcomed interruption to everybody's Shabbat, in particular, outside of Dr. Amy Acton's house, the director of the Department, Ohio of Health, the director of the Department of Health in Ohio. There were protesters outside of her home, really lobbing some very scary epithets at her for taking a stand to encourage us to stay safe, as she has done continuously. And I wanted to share with you, in case you missed it, an open letter to the Jewish community, which was sent by Jewish Columbus this week, headed up by Joel Markovich and its president, Bobby Schottenstein. And the beginning of the letter goes like this. Over the last few weeks, we have all seen displays of bigotry and prejudice that are anti-Semitic. We have seen flashes of anti-Semitism in the past, but the frequency of these displays are both troubling and deeply concerning. Those who vilify us for being Jewish peddle hate through the use of tropes and dog whistles, by rendering ugly, false comparisons, and by attempting to physically and psychologically intimidate. These menacing and obnoxious displays of bigotry and prejudice threaten all of us. Make no mistakes, the Columbus Jewish community is united in our determination to combat the rise of anti-Semitism. It goes on to talk about how everyone has the right to free speech under the First Amendment, and it also says that there are certain entitlements that are honored in our culture, to allow people to stand in disagreement and even defiance. But it goes on to say, but the right to disagree with our leaders and protest their decisions should never include anti-Semitic references or ethnic and racial intimidation directed at an individual or group. So I really felt very grateful to my community and yours, the Columbus Jewish community, for taking a strong stand and deciding not to be silent. We have the opportunity to be silent or to speak up in moments like this. And as Jews, we know the results of doing either. And both are scary moments these days when we are fearful for people making the absolutely ludicrous connection between Jews and this horrifying natural pandemic. But I wanted to bring in a piece of Torah, which I hope will be edifying for you. Two little pieces of Torah. One that comes from a rabbi of the past two centuries ago named Rabbi Chaim Shmuelevitz. And he writes this beautiful little midrash, a little piece of Torah to help us maybe be enlightened about our very own situation. He writes, our strengths are greater than we realize. A person really has the ability to reach much more than his or her natural physical strengths. It appears that this is the explanation that our sages give on the sentence that the daughter of Pharaoh, back in the book of Exodus, stretched her arm and she took the basket that Moses was in. going back to this moment where Bat Paro, the daughter of Pharaoh, stretches out her arms and reaches to save little baby Moses in his basket, floating down the river where his mother was trying to save him from being exterminated along with all the little Jewish boys that Pharaoh had determined for them. Her arm, he says, actually extended many lengths, many amot. It's not intended to be understood here that her arm physically got longer and then her arm shrunk back to its original state. He says, because through the gathering of all her energy and her will to save this child, she was given the strength of Adam, the original human being. And there was no measure to this strength, to the strength of someone when they arm themselves with fortitude and strength, with omets and gevurah. If a person does it, it's in their hand to reach much more than their natural strengths would dictate. I feel like that's what Amy Acton has said to us. I feel like she has said to every single Ohioan, you are stronger than you think. You, in fact, she said, I see you, and I know that this is a trying time. The New York Times did a beautiful piece called The Leader We Wish We All Had. It was a beautiful piece on just how very intentional her language is. She speaks in the I, and then she switches to the you, and then it becomes an us. She's very intentional with how she leads us. And I just think of her as Bat Paro, as the daughter of Pharaoh. Her arm is only so long, and yet she seems to be doing something superhuman, which is to save us from all the doubts in our head that say, how can this be happening? To save us from our inclinations to want to just cast off the idea that this could really endanger our lives and that we have to be restricted. But she says, no, it's within you. I see it in you. I know how hard it is. I'm one of you, she says. She acknowledges that we're having trouble accepting this. She knows what she doesn't know, and she says it. She calms us down, and she makes us part of the story. And furthermore, she acknowledges all the time, I get it. I get what you're going through. And so this is, she said, this is no small thing that we are doing together. And she somehow reached out and managed to scoop up an entire state of people who were scared. Now, will some people defy her and even turn this into a vitriolic, hate-filled tirade against her as a person who's trying to tell others what to do? Well, certainly, that's what we see is happening. But what can we do? What can you and I do in response to this kind of hate that we see being directed at her and our entire community? Well, what I think we can do is we can try to lift each other up in the same way that she's trying to lift us up. We can say, it's okay, I see you, it's gonna be all right, let's keep going, let's keep walking, and take responsibility for ourselves by wearing masks and being safe. And if you choose to go out this weekend because or next week, whenever it is, that the governor has said you can go outside and go to restaurants or go to your hair salon or get your nails done, so be it. But being safe by wearing a mask, this is keeping everyone safe. To transmit good information, solid information to one another, and not to be too scared to share bad information. We should be helping each other, now more than ever in this very, very difficult and trying time, to strengthen and empower each other the way that Dr. Acton is. So I want to give her the message through our synagogue tonight, and I want you to continue to give her that strong message. We are here, we see you, we appreciate you, we acknowledge everything that you're going through, Dr. Acton, and we want to say, we see that there are people that may want to send the opposite message, but we embrace you and want to hold you firm in our grasp. Kenya Hiratzon, may it be so, that we should all learn from this great teacher that we have and continue to abide by her teaching as we move forward in these days ahead. So we can only ask for a prayer from the Holy One to keep us sheltered in whatever place we're in with Hashkivenu now. Sing with me and with the Cantor.
Hashkivenu save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu
Join us in blessing Shabbat with Vishamru. Decide right now whether you want to stand or sit in this moment where you're called to attention of tefillah, this moment of tefillah, of prayer, as we begin together.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, תומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקודשים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Take some time for your own tefillah, your own prayer right here.
So friends, we acknowledge that this weekend we will observe Mother's Day. And at the beginning of our Amidah prayer, our first blessing is for Avot ve'imahot, our mothers and our fathers. And I want to share this special song with you, but before I do, I share a blessing for mothers written by our colleague Rabbi David Wershafter. And the conclusion of his prayer says, to super moms, tiger moms, working moms, stepmoms, and self-doubting moms, to mothers estranged from their children and to mothers who talk to them all the time, to new mothers and grandmothers and great-grandmothers, happy and unhappy, perfectly content and utterly exhausted, to mothers rich and poor, well-schooled and undereducated, straight, gay, bisexual, and trans, mothers of every religion and every race. Whoever you are, wherever you are, and whatever you do, please remember this. For mothers who may no longer be physically in our lives, but remain very much in our hearts, remember this. We wouldn't be anything, anyone, or anywhere without you. Happy Mother's Day from all your children, and let us say, Amen. And now I am so blessed to share this beautiful song as a mother with my son. Sweet mother, I'm coming home.
Sweet mother, I'm coming home.
Now I know I'm not alone.
Now I know I'm not alone.
'Cause I've been far,
I've been far,
but now I'm close.
now I'm close.
Sweet mother, I'm coming tight.
Oh, mother, please hold me tight.
'Cause mother, I need some help tonight.
Mother, I need some help tonight.
And what went wrong
What went wrong
will soon be right.
be right.
Oh, mother, please hold me tight.
Oh, mother, please hold me tight.
Tell me, mother, can you hear me sing?
Tell me, mother, can you hear me sing?
Your love is everything.
Is everything.
Heart and soul,
Heart and soul,
breath and skin.
breath and skin.
Your love is everything. Your love is everything.
Thank you so much. I feel like it's such a beautiful moment to think of the people who brought us into this world at a moment where we're holding so many people in our grasp, holding them in prayer as we make a Misha Berach for all those people who are sick throughout the world and right here in our own community. And as we take this moment to remember people who are on our list in a moment by name, you can also add their names, the people you're thinking of, to the chat box below. So please feel free to do that now and join us for Misha Berach.
Mishe berach avotenu, kol habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
Shraga ben Alexander, Yentefega bat Rachel, Eliyahu ben Sarah, Harav Reuven Shlomo ben Mendel Leah, Naomi bat Miriam veHarav Yosef, Gittel bat Yehuda vechaya, Norma Adanoff, Lisa Brody, Jim Connolly, Pat Caudle, Lee Conkle, Lil Kovitz, Barry Erdos, Michael Goppenauer, Donna Greenwald, Ethan Kadish, Ruth Kahn, Delma Killinger, Mark Kotler, Fran Kreiselman. We're thinking of Linda Mendel, Mary Alice Menard, William Nolan, Anthony Kenneth, Clark Patton, Helene Paselnik, Cassie Rooch, Fred Summer, Lawrence Taylor, Lee Tannenbaum, Annette Turner, Barry Turner, Andy Taser, Kay Watkins, Walter Watkins, Babette Whitman, Fran Ziegler, Stan Ziegler, and Joan and Bob Aronson.
Mishe berach imotenu, kol habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Please help make this prayer for caregivers with me. For all who are faithfully taking care of the community's needs, may God reward them, protect them from and remove from them all sickness and heal them completely. May God send them blessings and success in all they do, together with all of humanity, and let us say, Amen.
Amen. And for the prayer for our country and the prayer for Eretz Yisrael, we sing this beautiful song, nation shall not take up sword against nation. They shall never again know war. We sing together. Lo yiseh goy el goy ve'erev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yiseh goy el goy
for Aleinu.
Leinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
As we're seated, we take note of those people who have died recently or at this time in years past, and we're remembering them and welcoming them into our soul this Shabbat. As we remember them, we at Temple Israel want to acknowledge the recent passing of Shirley Sewell, the cousin of the Gerald M. Friedman family. And in the period of Shloshim, the 30 days, we are remembering Rabbi Ken Roseman, Jerry Gutterman, and Sandy and Judy Shupak. If you are here during the 11-month period after having lost somebody you love, you can please stand so we can acknowledge your loss. And if you hear your loved one's name on this yahrzeit list, we'll ask you to stand as well. Louis Barkin, Bob Bennett, Norma Damrauer, Sidney Samuel David, Benjamin Eisner, Richard Fisher, Fanny Kraus Frank, Rose Gitman, Melvin Glasser, Samuel Globe, Miriam J. Goller, Leatrice Gordon, Jeanette Jacobs, Sam Jacobs, Robert A. Jenkins Jr., Helen Zeidner Knight, Bessie Kravitz, Francis Nathan Lazarus. We remember Irving Linder, Betty Longard, Louis Nathans, Philip Paneth, Conrad Robinson, Jacob Ross, Annette Rubin, Henry Seaman, Ann Schilling, Ray K. Scott, Sarah Spitalnik, Nathan Strauss, Selma Swartz, Abby Tenenbaum, Edith Torf, AJ Weiner, and Bess G. Zipser. If there are any additional names that you wish to add to our Kaddish list, then please write that in the chat box right now. We remember them and we stand with you in solemn testimony to that unbroken faith which binds one generation to the next with the words of Kaddish Yatom. Please join me. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yolma divrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shem ra v'yorach le'olam u'lomei maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yithalal shmei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'olma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel. And let us say, amen. Have a seat, friends. And we are coming to Kiddush. We hope that you'll find some lovely little something to drink, a little borei priagafens, and as well as make Kiddush with us and have some challah, maybe some challah. That would be great if you have some with you, or something delicious.
should we share what's coming up before we make blessings?
Oh, we could. I've got my handy dandy list here. Shall we do?
Okay, go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
First of all, I just want to thank the great Zeke Moses for accompanying his wonderful Cantor Mama tonight, and making that beautiful music for all of us, and being such a sweet presence for our Shabbat. I want to tell you that a week from tonight, everybody, is the annual meeting. Now that may sound too exciting for words. I get it, because, you know, we took special pains to call it the annual meeting just so you'll come because it sounds so exciting. But actually, it's going to be folded into the Shabbat service. We're doing this for the first time, I think maybe ever, not a separate meeting, but a meeting that's going to be part and parcel of the service. It's not going to feel like a meeting. It's going to feel like Shabbat. We really want you to attend because we're going to have an outstanding building update, complete with brand new pictures of our brand new building and the great progress we're making. So you can see what it's going to be like when we get in there in just a few short months. And we also are going to hear just all the outstanding things that are happening right now, which is like too many to list right now, but we're going to try to highlight them so that you understand just the incredible work that this temple is doing for you and with you, and the incredible volunteers and new members that we have to celebrate, as well as the Mark Simon Volunteer Award recipients. So all those surprises and more, please join us next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And tomorrow we are going to be having Jewish meditation at 10. We hope you'll join us. Next day, Musar, Finding Meaning in This Moment at 10 o'clock. And then the next day, Monday at 7 p.m. with the doctors Weinstock. Beth and Mike are going to be talking to you about your medical questions. It's always a robust and wonderful conversation. We just had Bob Kaiden and David Stone leading us in a similar conversation about finances this past week, which was just amazing also. So all this great temple talent and wisdom to share. And we hope you'll join us for everything. But I saved the best for last. Cantor, take it away.
So in a couple weeks, we're going to have Dan Nichols, renowned Jewish musician superstar, come and rock us into Shabbat with a beautiful Shabbat song session interwoven into our services. So please join us June 5th. It's going to be in conjunction with celebration, because we have a lot to celebrate even in these dark times. There's so much light that we have to hold on to. So please, June 5th, tell all your friends and family from everywhere they are to just zoom on in, because it'll be a very special night with lots of l'chaims and songs. So there we go.
One more thing I didn't notice, but I do want to just mention a big hug to Josh Cohen for the loss of his great aunt, Martha McCormick, who died on May 6th. So we're just sending a love to you, Josh, and much comfort.
Amen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ava uvratzon hinchi lanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Everyone, kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadish haShabbat.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
I want to also mention just Happy Mother's Day to every mother out there. Every parent deserves an award, especially now with all the trials and tribulations. Mother's Day and Father's Day are going to take on new meaning this year. That is for sure. I also want to just thank our outstanding staff and board for all the work they're doing. So many people putting in so much hard work, especially in a time of trial. Your work means so much to us. You make it all possible for us to really thrive right now. So
Amen.
Big hugs to all of you, and ready for Motzi?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim, our washing of the hands blessing. And of course we have Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Thanks for being here, everyone.
Shalom Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom.
Stay well, everybody. Be well. We miss you. We love you. Lots of love.
Much love. Shabbat Shalom.